Hey, howdy friends, and welcome back to some more esports talk. As usual, my name is Hunter, and today this to me feels like an absolute banger. I'm very excited to talk about it because we are revisiting a topic that I briefly touched on in another video, that being Shiv FPS and 2F. We talked about that because Apex Legends has had a lot of difficulties with hackers recently, and 2F being a very known name in the community at this point as someone who just continues to hack and doesn't get caught, and they can do nothing about it. He continues to harass content creators, streamers, as well as players in tournaments and stuff like that. And so we're revisiting that now because some new news has come forward as Shiv tells us that he has been warned that he's going to be getting a 7-day ban on Twitch. Now, of course, what they say, it was for a slur apparently that was directed towards someone, and Shiv seems to think that that was because of the interactions that he had with 2F. Now, I'm going to show you those clips. Once again, I included them in that video before, but I'm going to show you some of those clips just so you have the full idea of what we're talking about. This is the situation, and it is very relevant.
Nice! Nice! Yeah. Nice! Let's go! You fucking pussy! You're fucking trash! You're fucking trash! You're fucking trash! Oh! You're fucking trash! Oh! Get fucked! You fucking dumb shit! You fucking piece of shit! Fucking trash! Bitch! Fucking pussy! Die! Die! You fucking bitch! I hope you fucking die! Fuck you! Pussy ass bitch! Fuck you! You're so fucking trash! Die! You can't even kill people with cheats! You can't even fucking kill people with cheats! You're so fucking bad! You're so fucking bad! You are the worst player in the fucking game! Period! Biggest hole in the fucking Apex community. You know what? You're not in the Apex community. You're in the fucking subhuman trash can fucking toxic dumbass human waste community. How about that? Jump off the map? No, I'll fucking kill you again. But even on my team, you know what? I killed you last game and teabagged your whole fucking box. I teabagged the out of you last game. You like that, huh? You like how I teabagged your whole existence? Huh? You fucking trash can? You can't even fucking win with cheats, man. I hope you die again to a legit player. I really hope. You know what? Because it can show how much you suck for real. What? You cheat? Now you're being racist? Calling me Indian? Oh, Indian. Oh, yeah, go fuck yourself, you fucking dog shit. You go die to a legit player again.
So as you saw there, Shiv was obviously conveying some negative emotions towards 2F and had a lot of, built up anger at what 2F had been doing. 2F had been harassing him throughout multiple games, and he was locked out of his account for a little while and kept showing up, ruining his games, this, that, and the other, as well as in chat, calling him a little bit of derogatory terms and talking about his race, as well as telling him to go jump off of a cliff in the game to die, pretty much just purposely lose the game. And of course, Shiv was responding and saying things like, hey, you should go die to another legit player, right? Because we just killed you and you're using hacks, but go die to another legitimate player. But after all this, Shiv receives that communication that he is in fact going to be banned from Twitch for 7 days. His contact says that he apparently used hateful slurs in one of his last broadcasts, and saying that it was due to him using these slurs and insults targeted at other players in the game. Shiv says, all right, well, I received an email that I'm gonna get a 7-day suspension on Twitch. This one, however, in my mind is BS, and I'm pretty sure it was for raging at that idiot hacker who was locking me out of playing Apex when I had him on my team prior. Not deserved in my mind. And as you can see in the reply, Shiv continues on to say that he feels like, and just reiterating that he feels like this is not deserved. This is the situation that the ban is coming from. He says that he does not go back on his words and that he was targeted and locked out of his account. People have shown massive support as well, pretty much just reiterating how ridiculous it is that a hacker was targeting him, and now somehow Shiv gets banned from Twitch from the whole fiasco. He also mentions that he can't even appeal the ban at this point because it hasn't gone into effect yet, so he can't submit an appeal in the system. This was just his, Twitch partner contact giving a a heads up, more or less, that this was coming down the pipeline for him. And there's a lot to unpack here, right? Because out of context, all this does look very bad for him, right? I mean, imagine someone from the Twitch moderation team just stumbles upon a clip of him just cussing 2F out, right? Just yelling at him. He's calling him all of these names and just targeting him. And then he keeps telling him to go die. That's the big one for me. Like, he keeps saying, like, go die, go die. And of course, we have the context, right? So we know that context matters. And he's saying go die to a legitimate player in the game because you're so bad that you're using hacks that you can't even beat someone who isn't using hacks, right? And so that's why he keeps telling him to go die. So context matters in this situation. So on one hand, that could be the issue, right? Like maybe someone on the moderation team just doesn't know the full story, doesn't know who 2F is, doesn't know what was going on, and just saw that out of context and decided to give Shiv a ban for it because it does look bad from the outside looking in. However, this is where it gets a little bit tricky for me, right? Because they say specifically in the email that it was for a slur. Now, a slur is a very specific word, right? Like, they're not just going to say slur because, you know, he called him a B word or something like that. Like, that is a more or less lingo for a derogatory term used against someone. So what kind of slur was it? There didn't seem to be any slurs in that broadcast. No one can find one or anything like that, and he didn't say anything like that. So someone in the comments brings up the point that recently in his last broadcast, he was calling certain legends in the game crutch characters. This slang has been widely adopted into the Apex community, showing up on the subreddit and with many popular players using the term in a way that just suggests a character is used by players who need extra help. This doesn't seem bad to me, to be perfectly honest, and I think most people would agree. However, we have seen someone like Average Aiden get a 7-day ban by Respawn themselves in-game for saying that Caustic was a crutch character. And I couldn't find the clips of Shiv using that specific word. It's hard to pour through an entire multiple broadcasts to find one instance of him saying something that no one even thought to clip because it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to people in the community. And so couldn't find that, but even so, the implications here are huge. I mean, it's pretty wild to think about that maybe this is Twitch banning him for using a word that Respawn also identified as hate speech, but is a word that people popularly use in the community, that a lot of people refer to characters as crutch characters. Like, I think we can probably all agree that the word crutch is not a derogatory term in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not even saying, like, don't get me wrong, just because everyone uses it doesn't mean that it's okay, right? Like, that is not the defense here, but it seems like quite the stretch to assume that just the word crutch means that it's derogatory or some sort of slur, right? Identifying that as a slur and saying, hey, you use the word crutch, that is a slur, we're giving you a 7-day ban on Twitch, I think feels like a stretch. And I think a lot of people will be on the same page there. Either way, this is crazy to me. The two likely situations are both, I mean, almost unbelievable. Either Shiv was banned for telling a hacker to go die in a game and calling him names, or he was banned for referring to certain characters as crutches, a term that isn't, you know, publicly considered a slur. So, I mean, whew, what do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments which one you think is more likely that he got banned for. You know, even though it is quote unquote just a 7-day ban, I think both instances seem like a little bit too severe for the context of the situation or what he did actually say. So again, let me know what you guys think about everything. Until next time, guys, be safe, be smart, and behave. I'll catch you later.